We're here today to talk about a very important topic, but one that does not get much attention in the years that don't end in zero. And so as we talk about the census, actually last month the Bureau released its operational plan for the 2020 census. The purpose of this plan was to ensure that the Bureau has all the necessary systems and procedures in place to effectively complete its core mission. As our witness's testimony will indicate, the plan for 2020 is probably the most ambitious census plan in our nation's history. Quite simply, the Bureau is attempting to rewrite how the census is conducted from the ground up, making it easier for people to respond and better value to the American taxpayer, certainly as we look at that. These are laudable and necessary goals, particularly in light of the Bureau's track record. The 2010 census cost some $12.3 billion, or more than $100 per household. This is substantially more than the $8 billion, or the about $70 per household cost of the 2000 year census. In fact, we have to go all the way back to 1970 census to find a census where the cost did not rise dramatically compared to its predecessor. To correct this unsustainable trend, the Census Bureau is attempting to greatly increase its ability to leverage technology, to utilize pre-existing data in a completely new way. Assuming the current designs hold, this will be the first census where Americans will be able to respond through the Internet. It will be the first where non-response follow-up enumerators will be able to collect data electronically and have their cases listed or their case list updated in real time and organize their route based on travel efficiency with directions. What a novel idea. It will be the first time that the Bureau will be used both federal, state, and local addresses updates for the past decade to avoid the added expense of a nationwide in-field address canvas. It will also be the first time that the Bureau will use the federal administrative records like tax returns and Medicare information to identify vacant housing units and to encourage self-response. This plan involves sending paper reply forms only to the older individuals that are in areas with poor Internet connectivity. If the Bureau can deliver on its plan, it's believed that the 2020 census could cost less per household than the 2010 census and almost the same on an absolute level. However, if is the key word in that last sentence, and in preparation for the 2010 census, the Bureau spent some $600 million to build a proprietary handheld device for the enumerators to electronically report the field data. Despite this massive investment of hardworking American taxpayer dollars, poor program management led to the Bureau to abandon that project in its entirety in 2008, forcing them to go back to paper response forms for the 2010 census. The Bureau tells us that it has learned valuable lessons from that failed effort. The initiatives it is hoping to implement for the 2020 census are several times the size and complexity of the program that failed in 2008, and it is why we are here today. Although I know that there are still some questions about how exactly the Bureau will use the administrative records, I feel confident in saying that all of the members on both the subcommittees are broadly supportive of what the Bureau is trying to accomplish. With that in mind, my goal today is to learn more about the Bureau's ongoing initiatives, but also make sure realistic timelines, deadlines, operational controls are in place to avoid the failures of the past. Given the current budget environment, we cannot afford another incident like happened in 2008. But in closing, I would like to thank all of our witnesses, and some of you I've met before, and I'm encouraged to have you with us for your time today, and I look forward to working with you as the clock ticks towards a Census Day of April 1st of 2020.